All right. All right. Good morning. Hello. There we go. Mute that. What do we have going on? Oh. I still have audio playing. There we go. All right. I thought I hit the button. That was befuddling me. So how to get the word out there through... Thanks, Kirihiko. For those of you who missed Kirihiko's stream, she's one of our mods here. We got into this whole discussion about paper sizes. So those of you who are really into paper, you can check it out. She listed all the, so in Europe they have like A3, A4, A5, A0 on up. And this whole system, that was weird. They have this whole system where, this is kind of freaking me out here. They have a whole system where like if you look at A0 paper and go to A1, two A1s fit in A0. Two A2s fit into an A1. So it basically halves each time. So it goes A0, A1, A2, A3, A4. Anyway, so, and I'm like, that's a horrible system. I don't like it. I have no idea what A3 means. 11 by 17, that's pretty clear. It's 11 inches by 17 inches. If there's any confusion, is it 11 by 17, or is it 11 by 17? Either way, it's the same piece of paper, right? 5 by 7, I know exactly what that is. It's self-descriptive. And then someone from Mansage, I believe from France, I was like, 11 by 7 inches. It's the original measuring system. And Mansage took offense, and I had to Google to measurement shame him. Obviously, the inches system came before metric. Because honestly, who would create a system based on 12s? 12 inches to a foot, 3 feet to a yard. I mean, who would create something stupid like that? So obviously, metric is more logical. It came afterwards, about 500 to 800 years afterwards. So, woo! All right, got that taken care of. Americans? You think we invented that stupid system? All right, let's just get rid of the bias. All right, it was the British, the English, one of those kings. I think it was like the length of his hand to his nose was like. What is that? Is that a yard? No, yeah, maybe this is a yard. From the tip of the finger to the nose. Something like that, man. Yeah, power outlets. Why can't they be universal? Why do you guys have to use 240 volts, hog all the energy, as opposed to our 120? Or the Japanese that use 110, right? So, all right. All right, let's... I could spend 30 minutes talking about this, but I won't. Thank you very much, Giovanni Sanguili. Giovanni Sanguili. Thank you. What the heck? Okay, I thought I was seeing something. One too many zeros. Thank you very much, man. I think that is the all-time highest cheer. Thank you so much, dude. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm done for the day, guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to go hit the beach now. Giovanni's taking care of my Sunday for me, so... All right. Charlie Leap 7 has cheered. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate the support. All right. Wolf McQueen has resubscribed for 3 months. Thank you very much. Jippen6626. Thanks for all the streams of the past months. Thank you for your support as well. D. Colbin has subscribed. Winston 1982 and Schmutzli What did he write? He wrote Chuchi Che Shitli. I have no idea. I think that's Swiss for screw the English measurement system. I believe that's what that means. It's Romanish. Kyle Rayner 21 has also subscribed. And Side Turnit. It's been a good 4 months, even though the time difference prevents me from watching half the time. Well, if you guys have noticed, I do stream at different hours. Sometimes I stream in the in the evenings. I think Friday night was, I think, a 9 or 10 p.m. stream. But the usual stream, the most popular stream, is this Sunday stream. And today, because we screwed up last week, today is a giveaway for everyone in chat. So if you're new to chat for the first time, anyone can win. You just have to say something, be active in chat towards the end when we usually give the stuff away. So I'm going to draw some stuff. One of the pieces will be silent auction, so it'll be sold to someone who wants to buy it in stream. The other will be given away, right? You just have to cover postage and handling, which can run up to about $40 internationally. So far, no one's turned it down. All right, so we have some other cheers from 13th Ronin. I hope to see you draw Max Payne one day, and the comic source. How about Wraith from Superman Unchained? All right, so Giovanni. Usually when people cheer, they suggest like a character to do. If you have a suggestion for a character, you should throw that out there. I'll definitely consider it. Excuse me, Charleep7, first time chat for the first new to chat for the first time. Welcome in, guys. All right, so let's get going. I wonder if there's a man. I feel like I could so I'm gonna plug the Discord channel. So we have a Discord platform that the mods can send you to, and what's cool about that is it basically occupies the time and space between live streams. So people from the community can talk to one another, share artwork, talk about movies, comics, games, whatever. And man, I wonder if I could do the poll in Discord before, so when we go live, we know exactly what we're going to draw. Because I basically burned like half an hour just going through these motions. Got Will Bruce Art suggesting Clayface. All right, so let's get the poll. Let me hit this up here. Oh, okay. We got Clayface, Riddler. Thank you, Kyle Rayner, for the bits. Mario for E3. Starfire. Okay, I'm going to write this down. Probably be good, because once I open the other window, I can't see this window. So what do we got here? We got Starfire, Clayface, Riddler, Mario, Wraith, Max Payne. Did Giovanni say something in stream? Hey, Kelsey. Demon Girl 00. Kelsey. One of my kids. Probably her and Mason and Lucas are probably the most active. NATO Vision has subscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much. Mr. Sinister. Miss Format is love to see a classic Batman 66. Okay, and I'm just waiting for Giovanni's. I think that will close it out. So please, no more cheers if you could. I think we have plenty. Ah, Polmobile. Interesting. How you guys doing? When it rains, hello. Jim Mosers, I need to... Does Giovanni have a point of view? Alright, this will help me see. I recommended a few, says Giovanni. I did not see it. The stream's going by fairly quickly, so if you hit it, I know to look for a purple name. So if you could just type in what you were thinking, Giovanni. I hope I was pronouncing the name. Sanguili. Sanguili? Giovanni. I assume that's Italian, but I don't know. Pretty sure he said Christine Blaze said Watts from CCG. A nice try. Superman, Superboy, or Doctor Strange? Alright. Doctor Strange. Alright, we got plenty. Alright, let me see. I don't even know if I can fit them all into one, but we're going to do our best. So bear with that heavy clackety clack 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 that you are now about to endure. So, I don't know if this is a first. Maybe it is. 3 days of streams in a row. I don't know. I feel like it's maybe just a little too much. I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of like it when there's a little bit of a, like every other day or something. Alright, got them loaded up. Let's start this poll. Unable, minimum of... Okay, maximum of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, I'm going to have to get rid of Superboy here at the end. Alright. Let that cook a little bit. Quick Draw 13 says you forgot about Black Canary that got pushed. I apologize for that. You're right. I'll have to do that another time. I'm sure there's always things that I kind of forget from other streams. You know what? I'm going to go. I'll be right back. Hold on one second while we wait. Sorry about that. I was looking for that Joker. I started some other stream. That was from the Triptych. Alright, what do we got? Looks like Doctor Strange, the Riddler. Doctor Strange and the Riddler. The top two. And Starfire is the third. Okay. Doctor Strange, Riddler, Starfire. Alright. So let's get started here. You guys have been waiting long enough. I hope the white balance is good. I'm looking at the screen here. Wow. It is very crisp. You can see all the porous details of my hand here. Red 5 5462. We will accept your apology this one time. Don't let that be a recurring thing. For those of you wondering, I'm not on stream when I'm drawing. It's because I have weird. I make weird facial tics, and I want you to really focus on what I'm drawing as opposed to my countenance. I think my neighbor's having a party. I can feel a bass beat. When I say he's having a party, I'm saying it's just like any other Sunday, any other day, although it's very early. All right. What do we have here? What we have here is it's somewhat far away that I can't see it without looking like this. All right. Oxen Trot has subscribed. Wow, Lao Knight 3424. Oh my God. Keaton Hubbard 123 has subscribed. Toxicity 8827 has resubscribed. ODB 818. Infected Rage 09. 9 months, my man. Yes, 9 months. Almost there from the start. I think 10 months would be that you were there from the very, very, very start first. Queen City Amusement says, cheer. Thank you very much. Good morning from the East Coast, he says, I'm sure. Okay. I want to do, I'm probably going to do full figure Doctor Strange. Probably the face for the Riddler, full figure Starfire with the time that we have here. All right. So let's, yeah. Okay. So I'll warm up the Riddler, and then so I'll have actually 2 giveaways. I'll have the Riddler and either Doctor Strange or Starfire, and then the other will be a silent auction. The mods will give you information on the silent auction, but basically you send a whisper, which is like a direct message within the Twitch platform, with the amount you want to bid. You don't know what other people are bidding. That way we won't get into bidding wars. Bid what you comfortably feel that you can afford, and then the top bidder wins. They're anonymous. I just usually say what the winning bid was, and then they get the art. Okay. Here we go. Remind me next time about Black Canary. Right from the start. Just spam it. Okay. So the Riddler I draw. Oh, this is a little close. You know, I'm going to keep it this close so you can just sort of see. I'm moving the pencil very lightly over the paper. All right. That allows you to move it the quickest. And I remember when I was drawing Hush, the Riddler was kind of... he was one of the villains at the very end of the story, and at that point I'd kind of drawn all the different takes. I wanted to make all the different rogues from Batman's Rogues Gallery as visually distinct from one another as possible. So some had more of a squared-off jaw, some had larger noses, more athletic builds, etc., etc. And the Joker and the Riddler kind of had similar body frame, so I had to figure out, okay, so the Riddler's going to be a little shorter, a little more wiry as well, kind of not as maybe as long of a nose, but wider or broader, but not as long, I guess. Sorry, a pointier chin and bigger eyes, and when you do the mask, you always have to decide. Is it whites or is it eyeballs? And it's completely arbitrary. So when I drew Robin, thank you, Thanatonata. So when I drew Robin, I just drew the whites of the eyes, right? But with the Riddler, I'm pretty sure I drew the actual eyes. Right? Makes no sense. Just, and then I give him the bowler hat. And the way you draw the hat, you draw the whole head first, and then you just draw the brim, and then the hat just goes right there. It has to fit snugly on there. That's how it. Okay. So this temple line has to go straight up. If the hat's too wide, it will just basically lower itself onto the guy's head. Wouldn't make any sense. I think he had a little bit of a mullet too. I'm trying to do this thing. What does that look like? Doesn't look like what I drew. Got a lot of tools here today. Your camera is half screen. My camera is half screen. Not really. I mean, you can see more if you want. It's just you're going to see nothing. I mean, all right, let me see what I can do here. All right. Is this what you want to see? Is this better for you? Half of you on screen? Yeah, I know. The face cam is only showing half of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think he would be doing this. All right, let me see how that looks here. All right. The other was way better. The first setup was better. All right, great. All right, that's what I thought. All right. There we go. And actually, now I will pull this back a little bit. There you go. When I start to draw, we only see one shoulder, a shoulder. Yeah, that's fine. That is by design. This is what it would look like if you could see me drawing. Okay, I'm sparing you. I'm sparing you a lot. Right? Okay. Hey PK, how you doing? Okay. It's a wonderful look. Mina Burton, my husband loves your art. He got me to like it too. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad. I don't think it's the tongue out. I think I really get into what I'm drawing, and so if I'm drawing pursed lips or a scowl, I'll start scowling. I also have gotten more nearsighted. I think that's part of it. So I squint. I make this weird kind of squinting thing, and looks like I can't see the paper, and that's because I had LASIK a long time ago. But even if you don't get LASIK as you get older, you get farsighted. So I was like very badly nearsighted as a kid. As an adult, till I got LASIK, that solved that, and then when you hit your 50s, you become nearsighted. So that means I can see things from a distance, but anything up close looks blurry. And unfortunately, drawing distance is starting to get blurry, so I have to wear glasses when I draw if I want to see the lines as crisply, as clearly as possible. Right. So it's weird. Like, so the paper looks in focus. I have a tablet in front of me. I have a tablet in front of me here that is in focus. When I'm drawing, it's out of focus now, and the screen is out of focus, which is like 3 feet away. So I have to take my glasses on and off. It's just, I was thinking maybe of getting a monocle, like the round glass thing that you pop in there. Except they're really, unfortunately, out of fashion. It's hard to find a monocle shop these days. But a monocle would be pretty bitchin', I think. You put it on like a little chain, like carry it like, so Hogan, Colonel Hogan. That is a very old reference. There might be 5 people in chat that gets that. Quang Lee, hey, first time catching you in live stream as well. Yeah, rock a monocle and then I do it. Yeah, do it. Yeah, Hogan's Hero. Yes. Colonel Klink was the guy's name. Hogan? Anyway, yeah, so I will look into it. I don't know where one finds a monocle today. I will look on Amazon, but yeah. I mean, I could turn the camera a little more this way, but dare I do it? Let me see what happens. Hold on. Let's see if I do this just a little bit. Ow, that hurt. My right arm is jacked up. Jawohl, Kommandant. I used to love that. So there's a couple TV shows I loved as a kid, watched religiously every day. First was Star Trek, the original series. Hogan's Heroes. I was a big fan of like World War II shows in general, although it was a stupid comedy. And what else did I watch? I'm sure I watched other things, but those are probably the 2 I watched pretty religiously. Ultraman. Batman 66, Johnny Sacco and his flying robot. The old black and white Superman, George Reeves, I think, yeah. So this is a 0.5 micron if you're interested in the tools I use. It's all on the front page of the of the Twitch, my Twitch stream homepage, the landing page. It's all there. Links to buy it. Conveniently given to us by Amazon, which also happens to own Twitch. And if you are new to the stream or new to Twitch, because I recognize that most people, certainly my generation, don't know what it is. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, you are afforded a free Twitch sub that you can use to sub every month to whoever you want. It's mostly a gaming platform, but there are people that play poker on stream, that draw, of course, comedians, people that cook, people that I think cosplay, and then there's like, I've seen these girls that like bend over and pick up stuff a lot. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I guess that's hugely entertaining. Oh, people that eat, people that shower, run elephant. So who do we have? Let me introduce some of the people here. We have Kirihiko. We have Ren Elephant. We have Crispy Egg Roll. Those are our 3 mods. so you have to be nice to them. We have a bunch of regulars, and oh yeah, there's D&D on Twitch too. What is it called? Shoot, I forgot the name of the stream, but they have like 3 or 4 people, and then the Dungeon Master. It's actually really high production values. They've got cameras on all of them, and gosh, what is it called? The Foundry or something like that. I think that's what it's called. So there's a lot of interesting content, and almost all of it is free. I think that there might be, Geek and Sundry. That's it. Demon Girls. Sorry, Demon Girls is a mod too. All my kids are mods too, but I don't know if they know the mod commands. So we have 4 mods. We have Geek and Sundry. Yes, not Foundry. Critical Role I've not seen. Anyway. The people that bend over, I didn't say, I don't think it was girls. I mean, they're guys too that do it. Like, there's, as Renelephant noted, 4 mods. Yeah. It's pretty good. So when I'm drawing the eyeballs, I draw them first, then the mask later, because I don't want the mask to inform where I place the eyeballs, because it can throw it off a little bit. So you want to basically, I used to do that as a kid. I would draw like Bruce Wayne, and then I would draw the Batman mask then on top of the face I drew to see if they're consistent, meaning the mouth and proportions between the eyes and nose was consistent with how I drew Batman, or if when I drew Batman I was drawing a completely different kind of structured head, and I want to say I was pretty consistent for the most part. I used to also draw like people's faces, like in almost like time-lapse drawings, humans turning into werewolves. As you can imagine, I was a lonely child. But I turned that loneliness into art, right? Yeah, let me say Mudfrost Eyeballs, completely opposite of Kirihiko. I didn't want to say it in Kirihiko's stream, because that's her stream. I didn't want to do that, but I was a psychology major in college, so I think there's something there. I don't want to say, but I will say. I start with the eyeballs, for the most part, usually. The eyebrows, usually. I start with the eyebrows, because they express so much, and then the eyes are the ones that really give life to the drawing. So I do the eyeballs first, because that informs me what the essence, what the character's feeling. And Kirihiko saves the eyeballs till the very end. Kirihiko's like the anti-me, right? Eyes are the windows to the soul. Yes, I think that was Shakespeare or somebody. No, Miraja 99. No, it's definitely loneliness. So it doesn't have any energy. Like, I don't know. It's weird when you draw a character without eyes. Right? It's very mannequin-like until you pop the eyes in. So when I have the eyes, I feel like the character, the drawing is talking to me. It's telling me how I feel, or how it feels. Like I said, it was a very lonely childhood. It's like, oh, you look great. What's going on? I'm getting all sorts of text messages. Hold on. My wife. She's got horses on the brain. All right, so someone in the Discord channel, and I was talking about before, he says he has a monocle from his great-great-grandfather. That's interesting. I don't know if I want a used, no offense, Massage, but a monocle that, I mean, it's not like it was inserted into a, well, I don't know. It's close to a mucous membrane. I don't know. But it would also be weird to buy one on eBay too. Who makes monocles? That's how you get pink eye. But from like 100 years ago, it's a great-great-grandfather. I think it should be okay. All right. I'll have to think about that. I appreciate the very, very kind offer. I wonder if you could buy like famous people's like monocles. But if I have that monocle, I would like put it up so I could read. I don't know. But I think the other thing, what is it? Bifocals, right? That's the glasses that have like the little panes underneath. Of course, in Europe, they're probably not the same diopters, right? In America, it's like 6, 7. It's a number you get. So when I was nearsighted, I was super nearsighted. I was like 8, which means I think that anything that anyone can see at 20 feet, no, someone could see something clearly at like 80 feet that I could see only at 20 feet or something ridiculous like that. So when I would wake up, I couldn't find my glasses. That's how blind I was. I would have to literally tap around. Everything looked blurry. And they're super heavy. Yeah, Pandemus. You and I have the same strength, and which would make driving super fun if I forgot my glasses. But that didn't happen too often. So I would always have to put them in the same spot. And then when I got the LASIK, I had 20/20 vision. I have 20/20 vision, except when things are super close to me. So when I look at my phone, right? When I look at my phone at this distance, it looks slightly blurry to me. And when I put my glasses on, I'm so impressed by how this Retina display is just, it's like paper. It's beautiful. So I have to do that kind of old man thing like this. All right. Next stream, we're going to talk about my dietary habits and how they changed over the years. Yes, I know you guys are waiting anxiously. I think I gave him more sideburns too. Again, trying to make him look unique in a way. Like what's the Riddler's thing? And the Riddler's thing is the question mark. That's his signature. And it's like, so I did think about Frank Gorshin a bit from the old TV show. I want to give him curly hair, slightly wavy curly hair to make it different. So to me, when I took on drawing Riddler and Hush, he was a little bit of a blank slate, as they say, tabula rasa. For those of you Latin aficionados. This is like a "Won't You Be My Valentine" Riddler, isn't it? I mean, it's like, or it's one of those. How many showers a day does Ren take? Riddle me this. This could be an emote. It could be the emote. All right. The way to do suit jackets, okay, is you get close to where the shoulder meets the neck. You draw a line out a little bit and then drop it down. Come all the way in, and then about halfway through you go ahead and draw another line coming out. That's the lapel. To the lapels. It always kind of bugs me when other artists, they draw suits funny. Like the lines don't, they invariably mess up where the collar, the shirt collar meets the jacket collar. And then the lapels always draw what you know, as they say, right? So I went to like this all boys prep school, so we had to wear a coat and tie every day at school. So I got pretty good at tying a tie in the dark and looking at what lapels look like. Okay, now we're going to do the hat, the bowler. That's right, it's a bowler, not a Lone Ranger type hat. I got to fix that. And all right. I also gave him very bushy eyebrows, I believe, if I recall. So like bushy eyebrows, sideburns that came down, very 70s kind of look. A wider, longer nose. I gave him a pointy chin as well, I think, but not the same way as the Joker. A little broader chin points. Let me just reflect that here. It'd be good to do it on stream. Okay. Did he have stubble? I don't think he had stubble. Iman Winkel. Okay. And let's see. Hold on one second. Guys, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to move this camera back a little bit. I'm drawing a little high on the board, which is uncomfortable. So you're going to see some camera shake. I apologize for that. There we go. All right. I believe I have ink here somewhere. I see it. I spy it. Okay. All right. Can I rotate the camera? I can to a certain degree. But the swivel I have is it's not a 360 swivel. It's not a ball swivel. It's up and down. Oh, this is the jacked up brush I used for the liquid frisket. I'm not going to use liquid frisket anymore because it basically tore up the paper itself. So, hey Jackie, what's up? Oh, you have to. Do you need to use the bathroom?
No, I want to play VR.
You want to play VR? All right, hold on a second. I'll be right back, guys. Important duty. Call. All right, sorry about that. All right, we got Lee Schenk. It's our 2-month anniversary, Jim. What did you get me? A hearty congratulations, delivered via the internet. Black Araya has resubscribed for 9 months. Thank you very much. Charlie Eep 7 has cheered. Can you talk a little bit about when you're thinking about light and shade? I could try. Malachi Constant has resubscribed as well. Thank you very much. Quick Draw 13. Can you please cosplay as 90s Jim Lee with those Harry Potter glasses and Malcolm X cap? Thanks in advance. Maybe I will for another stream. I have those original glasses somewhere, except they're bottle, like they're Coke bottle glasses. I wouldn't be able to see anything through those, so I'd have to find some new ones. Kyung Lee has subscribed. Thank you very much. Using Prime. Marvin Nation as well. Mr. Mulligan 84. Love your stream. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Gloomhunt. Sorry. has subscribed, as has Grubby1, Brutal Knight 15. Ignite Comics is in the house. Ignite Comics, who we I saw in Orlando, I believe. Sorry, NFL and NASCAR. Jim Lee is who I look forward to on Sundays. Hey now. Is the NFL on now? No way. No. You're just saying in general. Mako Truth has resubscribed. I know the NFL keeps pushing their games up earlier and earlier, preseason and whatnot. Sky Art 6 has subscribed as well. Patrick 10 has cheered. Appreciate you guys always giving fans a chance to win and spending part of your weekends with all this. Same here. Thankful for you guys sharing part of your weekends with us as well. Jim Carrey version of the Riddler. Sphinx It. This is the Hush version. It's like the only one I know. There's not a lot of classic iterations of the character, in my opinion. Super RX has subscribed as well. Panis91 has cheered. Thank you very much for the generous bits. Tim Art Peterson has cheered as well. So excited to be sitting down drawing with you. I haven't been able to do a stream in a while. Yeah, I recognize that a bunch of people actually draw along. Even this isn't technically a draw along. I think next week we'll probably do a draw along where I pick a topic and we basically draw it and draw along together. All right. Got this camera right in my head here. Okay. Scribbles Alex has hosted. Thank you very much. Edgar Skyle has resubscribed as well. So I think that makes me current. It's Phantom has resubscribed. Serval25 has subscribed. Giovanni Sanguili, and please tell me if I'm pronouncing the last part of your name correctly, has cheered a lot. Thanks, babe. Not to Giovanni, my wife. Sorry. Thanks for everything you do for your fans. If you get a chance, please reply to the Whisper cheer. Okay, I will take a look at that. So, Giovanni, you're the #1 cheer in the stream by far. You're doing great. Appreciate. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So. All right. It takes a lot. Yes, it takes a lot of bits for Jim to call you babe. That's right. I got you, babe. Okay, so I'm going to ink now. So what do I have here? I have a brush. I bought a bunch of brushes. I thought I bought like 6. I could only find like a handful at a time. All right, let me put some ink. As you can tell from this question mark that I did, I knew I was going to go in black on the edge, so I didn't have to worry too much about how I did the contours. And I've recognized that even using a brush like this must feel very foreign to many of you. If you guys have grown up in the digital era, you would just select this and drop in black and it goes fast. This whole notion of applying ink. You know, must feel weird. The same way in like Photoshop, they have terms like color dodge and color burn. And I'm sure people wonder like, why is it called dodge and burn? Makes no sense. And it comes back from the old analog way of developing printing photos, right? In the darkroom. light is passed through the film onto the paper. The more light that's passed through, I guess the more exposed the image is, right? But if you had a dark area, like if it was inconsistent, like part of the photo was really dark because it was in shadows compared to another part, you could dodge it by basically taking your hand like this, right? And dodging your hand across it. So you're basically limiting the amount of light that passes through and hits this area, right? Compared to the area right next to it. So if you dodged this area, you're blocking like half the light, whereas this gets full light, and so this area would be lighter in the photo. And so you would see like these photographs, especially when people wearing bowler hats or baseball caps or cowboy hats, their faces so dark to everyone else. Or if people's complexions were much darker, they would dodge those areas and basically lighten it as it was being printed. It was all done mechanically by hand, right? And then the burn is when you kind of cover other areas and you let the light burn into that image, meaning you make it darker. And that's what those tools do. But it's weird that only an old fart like me would. People are like, yeah, you're boring me. Stop. Yeah. Okay. Caldingo's going to the groceries at Costco. Need anything? Hot dog? Yeah, give me 100 hot dogs. Because at Costco, everything is huge. Can a mod silence crispy egg roll? Mod on mod. Mod shall not hurt mod. Michael Stead 1. Wow, an art stream that isn't late at night. No, dude, this is the OG art stream. They all started on a Sunday morning, I think the first streams were Sunday morning or Saturday morning. I only started doing the late night streams when I realized that I could be streaming some of these projects I work on late at night, and it would allow people in other time zones to watch. Because right now, I mean, the 10 a.m. on Sundays, it's actually probably the most convenient on as a whole for the world, I guess. Maybe the world, if I could speak so boldly. Speak on behalf of the world. Because I think in like, the only part that's bad, I think, is like Tokyo, like Korea, which is like 10 a.m. is like it's 2 p.m. out there. And it's 7 p.m. in Italy, so where it sucks is Australia, apparently. 4 a.m. Yeah, man, that is dedication, Jamie. And he's got a fiance, and she's probably like wondering, why are you waking up in the middle of the night? And he's here for the live part of it. All these streams are reviewable. Excuse me, on Twitch immediately after I stop streaming. The recordings are available, and then after a day or two, I pop them up onto YouTube. So if you ever miss a stream because of the time being really not great for you guys, that's where you can catch up on them. And you'd think it'd be kind of boring, but I watch the streams just to read the chat. I rewatch them sometimes right after or like days later, and I just read all the chat because I only see about, well, on a Sunday stream, I probably only see like 20% of it. On a late night stream, I see maybe 30%. Right? there are questions that completely float by, people that pop in and out. I think Brian Michael Bendis came in at one point. I missed that. Kelsey popped in late the other night, and I missed that. So but then the art purists that basically say, hey, can you get rid of the chat window scrolling across the art? So, can't please everybody. Just kind of beef up some of these lines here. All right. I'm going to keep that bowler line vague. I'm not going to define it with a line. I don't think I really have to. But I'm going to do this, I think. Yes. I'm going to define the shoulder. I'm going to make him not so broad-shouldered as I originally kind of laid out or suggested. I pick up the paper sometimes just, I should probably look for a ball mount for the camera because then I could probably angle a little bit better. Part of what interested me about twitching or live streaming was not to go out and nail it the first time, get all these high production values, because I wanted to learn. I didn't want to hire people that would just set it all up for me and then leave, and then I'd have to always turn to those people to figure out what to do. Yes.
Could you help me choose a different game?
Yeah.
One is loading, and I pressed another one, but it won't work.
Okay. So over the streams, I've upgraded the lighting, the connection, got a more powerful internet connection. The camera itself was huge at the end, audio, a lot. And it's been a learning process. But at this point, I can now feel like I could be a pretty useful font of knowledge for other artists that wanted to kind of get into this. So if there are any of you guys out there that working professionally or lurking in the background like Clayman, who should be out here streaming his work, look, if you're going to be drawn late at night, draw something that isn't a spoiler and stream it. All right? I think it was Crispy Egg Roll in his one or two thoughts of the year that are good. He said hey, if people see you draw something, it doesn't deter them from buying it because they saw it. It actually invests them more into maybe wanting to acquire it because they saw it being created, right? I have to agree with that. All right, hold on. I gotta go help my son out. I'll be right back. Briefly, I should have I'll be right back. I used to, but I don't know where it went. I'll be right back. All right. I'm just gonna smudge this anyway. I'll let the ink dry. All right. Okay, I'm back. He likes to play Job Simulator. I don't know why anyone would want it. It's like, yeah, my favorite game is Coal Miner. It simulates me going into a dark coal mine, and I have to spend 12 hours bent over, smashing rocks, bringing up coal. I don't know. He likes it. Okay, so this is it's like a smear technique I use. This is a tissue as opposed to toilet paper. You get a very different kind of effect, or a smoother gradient. If the first time you do it, it doesn't quite work out, that is to be expected. I think anything you do for the first time. Okay. As you can see, I broke the cardinal rule of first grade art class, which is I went over the lines, and that's what we have white out. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little bit of rendering to make it, okay, cardinal rule broken. Let the white out dry first. Okay, I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm just going to add a little more rendering. Let it dry flat if possible. I'll turn it to the camera. You can see the true. Someone said like he looks too pretty. Kyler Rayner 21. I'll be back. Chat. Got to grab some grub quick. We'll wait for you. We'll hang out. You guys are always kind to wait for me to come back, so we'll wait. All right, so this is like a. I just like the tissue paper effect because it just makes it look like it's hazy in the background, and like it's just kind of a cool background to create. Maybe that makes him look a little more sinister. Okay. All right, so warm-up sketch complete. We'll now move on to the full figure portion of our Sunday stream. So we'll put that there. Alexis Draws has hosted with one viewer. J Perrin 83 has subscribed. Charlie Eep, Charlie App 7. Or Charlie Apple. I don't know if that 7 is meant to be like a weird L or something, but Charlie App 7 has cheered. Any chance you could talk a little about light and shade coming to your mind in a piece? Yeah, it's always like a light source hits from one side and it casts shadows across the object. So that's the only way to make things feel three-dimensional is to cast shadows and to create contrast between the light and the dark. Right? This is I could say this is all snow, or it's you're looking into the sun. For a while, black would be a night sky, right? It's as soon as I introduce the contrast between black and white that you start seeing objects. That's how the eyes work, right? The eyes have these little cones in the back, these little cells. I don't know what they're called. It's been a long time since I've studied this, but they're like receptors that can tell the difference between dark and light. More importantly, the difference between the two. So that's why if you look at a very complex like jungle forest, you can take it all in. It's not too much. But as soon as something moves in it, you notice that, right? You see the disturbance. You see the change in value shift. So our eyes are designed to see that, so that the predator from the jungle that's rushing out to eat us is clearly and quickly identified, and so we can run away. Because if we didn't have that, whether it was God-given or through the power of evolution, we would not have survived as a species. Excuse me. Nebacon, excited about E3. You know what? I'm gonna be missing E3. I usually go every year for at least a day, and this year I won't be. I have a business trip to New York that I have to do, so I'll be gone for most of E3, if not all of it. Muxian has subscribed as well, so I'm current with that. Lower quarter snake detection, says expert internet user. I like that. I like your handle. Kung Fu Cactus. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So how do you win this? So it's a giveaway to anyone in chat. There's a program, a Nightbot, that has a giveaway function. It basically, if you type anything into chat in the past 5 minutes, not now, but later, it will recognize you as being a participant in chat, and then I hit roll it, and it basically picks a random person within chat to win. And it is random, I believe. And at the same time, I think somebody won 4 times already. 4 times. I think that's the max. And so we had to come up with a resolution to ban that person forever. Each of our mods have won once, except for Run Elephant. Crispy Egg Roll won once, but he was the wrong tier level, so he had to give it back. If you go back, there's a awesome sketch of Magneto. Probably my best sketch ever of that character, really. I poured my heart and soul into it, and he won it. It was almost in his hands. Taken away. How can you win 4 times? I don't know. Is this hackable? I know in like MMOs, sometimes people were hacking that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it was Pandemus. Pandemus won 4 times. 4 times. I think Michael Demergus has won 2 or 3 times. The front runners. So I mean, that's math. Okay, math doesn't say that everyone is going to equally win, right? If you have a 1 in 100 chance, that doesn't mean everyone's going to equally, like, one person's going to win the next time, next person, the third person. It just means that you have a chance 1 in 100 of winning, but it's a parabolic curve. So there'll be that person at the end of the bell curve that has won 4 times, and there'll be another person at the other end of the curve that's subscribed for like 30 years and has never won, and one person that will won like 100 times. It's weird, but the bulk of the people will have won what you would expect, which is 1 in 100 times. Okay. Wisdom and virtue. The reason I went into the arts was to avoid maths. Maths. I like maths. Yes, it's plural. All right. Let's do Starfire now. Kind of the image I have is kind of swimming through the skies is kind of what I have right now. I have been streaming for I've been in the business for 31 years. I've been streaming, and the only viewer was 1 viewer for a very long time. 1 sub, 1 diehard fan, myself. Excuse me. Salty egg roll. Soggy egg roll. That's just got to be heartbreaking, right? You win, but you didn't sub at the right, like you subbed at kind of a minimum. Like, okay, I'll sub. I'll support this somewhat. I'm never gonna win anything big, so I'll just sub so I could just be part of the cool kids club. Say I'm a sub. And then it turns out to be just 1 grade above. And you're desperately looking at the interface going, how do I quickly upgrade? Doesn't happen. The tears, the crying, the shame, the self-loathing. It must have been painful. We can all laugh about it now, or laugh. We can all laugh, except for him, about it now, but yeah. The agony of defeat. It's weird, the mods don't have, well, I gave the mods money to be sub 25s, but they still didn't go. I think Kirihiko's like a sub 5. It doesn't matter. The mods are always eligible for every giveaway, because in Nightbot you can select that. So I think Kirihiko is being super smart. She basically saw the angle, took it, Mr. Mulligan 84, do you ever do Wildcats catch? I sketched with the stream once. The Sunday stream has evolved to be Sunday. It's kind of chat. The chat chooses, and so at first I was hesitant in giving that, frankly, power of choice away. But then I recognized that there's a lot of characters with very strong fandoms. I mean, I thought people would just want to see the characters I've known for drawing. And other people are like, hey, you've never drawn, Kratos. You've never drawn Tomb Raider or Lara Croft, for the most part. Skeletor, Goku, Cloud Strife. So I started drawing those, and people really dug them. And so at that point, I realized, what do I know? Echo Viper has subscribed. Giovanni Sanguili has subscribed as well. AFK Josh. Mike Morrison. Jim in the house. Yes, that's an old meme. Chat meme. Heck 1023 has cheered as well as Stone Cold Snake 316. Jay Souffle has resubscribed as well. Okay. Echo Viper. That's a cool name. All right. So yeah, it can be a little odd, especially if I'm drawing a Marvel character, competing company's character, but I'm pretty sure my streams are not impacting their box office in a positive way. I'm not. All right. Or selling more comics for them. I hope not. I mean, just purely from a competitive point of view. I think I approach these streams as I have my artist hat on, and it's all about drawing, how to learn how to draw, talking about art, talking about composition, gestures, light and shadow, technique, inking, whiteout. And we really don't talk too much about movies because of spoilers. Kirihiko refuses to see a movie in the normal 3-month window. She likes to go when the ticket prices drop down to 3 shilling. 3 shilling. They don't use 3 Swiss francs. Sorry. And I don't think she's still seen Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So we have not talked about that movie yet because we do want to, we want to be respectful of people's. All right. 1 year. Some movies don't launch internationally for months, 3 or 4 months, sometimes even more. It's crazy. I think a shilling was it was the German coin currency. It's like Deutsche Mark, but I think it was like pennies, or pennies is a shilling, right? 100 shillings makes a mark, and that was pre-euro, I believe. Shilling was Austrian, sorry. Pence, that's right. Pence was the German. Es tut mir leid. Pfennig. Yeah, see all these great little words. They're all gone. Except for the Swiss, they decided, screw the rest of the Europeans. We will keep our own Swiss francs. We will keep our currency. Yeah. So yes. So some Roy Batty is correct. Hat recht. Roy Batty hat recht. A lot of movies now premiere overseas before they hit the U.S. It's a recognition that the American dominance over the box office is waning. Okay. So as I draw this, I'm very cognizant or very aware of these kinds of lines, right? These are the playful arcs, like in animation, that really define movement and energy in a figure, right? So I'm going to carry it back. And see how just changing it from the straight down over here to here feels, it curves that movement, right? Action lines. It's an old animation thing. If you draw like Mickey Mouse or character running across, you can have them walk like this, is how we normally think of people walking, straight-legged. Right? But if you do this, and put a slight curvature, you get a little bit more of more movement to it. Same way like Michael Golden used to do this, or still does it. Like he'll draw a car, but when the car goes around a corner, the car, you'll see the car, the four wheels, but you'll see the body of the car bend slightly. I mean, you can, if you do it like this, it's very noticeable, and then you go like, hey, wait, cars don't bend like that. What's going on? I don't like it. It's not realistic. But if you put a slight bend in it, if you put a slight tweak in it, you get that same effect of movement in the figure itself, of energy, and the mind won't see it, right? They won't see the bend, but they'll feel it, right? Or they'll see it but not know it, whatever. It's something that's seen that's subconscious. Okay? So that's the kind of stuff you want to think about and maybe introduce while you're drawing. Okay? I know there are several of you that are OCD and don't like it when the eraser shavings are on the drawing. So I always, apologize. Anyway, yes, leave the shavings. Hashtag leave the shavings. All right. What are we at? Abetus has cheered as well. From Philly, Abetus. Abetus lives in Denver, but travels around for business, I imagine. Frog Hop Studio has subscribed as well. Thank you. I don't know if this would make people feel anxious or not, but the goal is to embrace your anxiety, right? Get over your fears, right? Because I hear that a lot. This is a stupid analogy, right? So, but people get anxious when they put ink to paper, or when they have to determine what a final line is, or commit to a composition, or when they get to hair or part of the drawing that they haven't drawn before. They get anxious because they want to create something that's perfect. They want to create it now. They want to have their 10 of 10. They want their Mona Lisa right now. And what I'm telling you is that it is a lifetime of struggle and dealing with eraser shavings that you will never get to that 10. Absolve yourself. Just drop that notion out of your head and just try to do the best you can. Have fun with it, and you will learn. Whether you think you're learning or not, you are learning with each and every iteration, with each and every sketch, every drawing, every line. At the same time, you're also forgetting, all right? As much as you're learning every time you're drawing, you are also forgetting as soon as you've learned that thing, just like everything else in the world, right? So you want to get back to drawing as much as possible. So you're layering on knowledge faster than you're losing it, right? It's like in Fortnite. You want to build the steps faster. Ah, crap. I don't play Fortnite. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But you want to build that knowledge on faster than it's disappearing out of your head, right? And that's how you get to a point where you understand, where you feel comfortable drawing. That's just like anything else in the world, right? Okay. I don't even know what her current costume is. So hold on, let me do a little Googling here. Okay. You are a pandemist. You are forgetting stuff. But you don't know what you're forgetting because you forgot it. I don't like the any of the artificial brushes. The tips just aren't. Nothing beats a sable brush in terms of the way it moves on the paper. And the ink itself, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. So I have not used it. What happens is the brushes get very kind of stiff and chunky at the end. Thank you very much for the cheer, Tim Peterson. What happened to? Oh, Tim Art Peterson. Sorry. I knew there was an art in there somewhere. I noticed a few artists following Ben-Day dots for gradients and grayscale. Have you ever experimented with them? Yeah, back in the day. We'd use Zipatone, but with Photoshop, it's not necessary. And that's one thing I would say I'd rather do in Photoshop than actually, it's basically tape with patterns on it. You lay the tape down, then you cut along the edge, so you're basically cutting into your paper. You'd see a thin cut line. Then you lift it up, and you can create gradients. You can create halo effects, textures. But the only thing was, over time, the adhesive underneath the film would yellow and ruin the original. So I stopped using. Plus the tape, the Zipatone, the inkers were responsible for buying it. That stuff was not cheap. Right. That was all artist driven. So anytime we used anything out of the ordinary in terms of tools, it was on us to buy it. So I'm actually putting even more of a bend. And then A little more of a chin down, I think. It's actually super curly hair, but I'm like seeing different iterations, I guess. It's changed over time. And this goes back to yesterday's stream, our critique. It's like, I know this arm is here, so I was tempted to draw it all, but we're looking at the figure from this angle. All right, if I could create a perspective line box around her torso, this is it. So that other shoulder is hidden behind her chest here. So you're not gonna see as much of it here. Okay. Then I'm also gonna bend her arm at the wrist or at the elbow. Okay. If you notice with the hands, if you're struggling with hands, I draw the silhouette sometimes, just the silhouette. I don't worry too much about the fingers and all that kind of stuff right away. Okay. Pazumarian. I haven't seen Solo yet. It was almost tempted to go see it last night. Kind of in the plans. The missus and I were going to go out and see it, but just got tired. It's been a long week. Had some work I had to do yesterday afternoon. Kind of an informal kind of meeting that came up. And so I was pretty tired. So I crashed out early, slept 8.5 hours, woke up, I still felt tired. So I don't know. The sleep thing's overrated. So you can see a hint of a smile on her face. I want to make sure I capture that in the sketch. And the way I do that is I draw the eyes first. Yeah, think about sleep, man. Sleep is just a weird thing in general, right? You go into a semi-comatose state where you're kind of aware of your surroundings, but not. Your mind starts actively entering into a fantasy state. Your body starts repairing itself. It kind of defrags your mental state, your brain. I mean, there's stuff that goes on. It goes through different cycles, REM cycles and non-REM cycles. It's crazy. You start, you're perspiring, you're losing weight while you're sleeping. Your body temperature drops. I mean, it's weird. We don't think about it too much. But when you think about, it's not like you just go and close your eyes and that's it. Your body, like it goes into standby mode if you think about it as a computer. The Spider-Man 1963. You're thinking too much. I'm doing life wrong. I'm thinking too much. Oh, boy. Stanley needs to start live streaming. That would be awesome. He doesn't even live stream. I just want him to do IRL streams. I just want to have body camera on that guy. That'd be fascinating. Charlie App 7. I'm having a lot of stiff and chunky issues myself. Tim Mart Peterson. I read that one, sorry. 79 Massimiliano has subscribed for 9 months. Thank you for the long time support. Appreciate it. All right. Giovanni, have I ever done a float spa? I have. Or I think I have. I have a memory. I have a memory of going into a sensory deprivation tank where they put like something over your eyes so you can't see, and headphones, and then you get immersed in a solution inside an egg and it closes in. I feel like I did that, but I don't know if I did that in real life or if I just imagined it or if I drew it. Crap, I don't know. I feel like I did it. Okay. Yeah, I think I did. I think I did do it once. I haven't done the cold thing where you go and they blast you with like cold, super cold air. Is her hair straight or curly? What's going on? I see both ways. What's going on? I guess it changes sometimes. Now I'm seeing a high collar. I'm going to modify the costume ever so slightly because I'm seeing slightly different variations anyway. Okay. The Mr. Ginos, greetings from Poland. Hey, I was there. I was in Łódź, in Warsaw. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. So even the eyes are in perspective. So this eye is wider than that one because that one's going back into spatial distance. Spatial distance. That sounded fancy. There's no such word. Mick413, have you ever been to South Africa? I have not. I haven't been invited to a con there. Giovanni Sanguili says, it changes with the trends. Before curly was popular. Gimmick just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, Gimmick. Action Detective 11. Do I speak fluent Korean? I don't even speak Korean, much less fluent Korean. I can understand my parents' Korean, So I understand stuff like you're not studying enough, you're bringing shame to our entire family, you need to eat more food, it looks like you gained some weight. I know those phrases pretty well. But that's it. You think I'm kidding? I may look happy, but inside, me and Crispy are one. God bless my parents. They produced a great man. Says Rome Grown. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cool X98 has subscribed. Ren Elephant. He also understands why no A plus. Yeah. All right. Neptune Jr., they told you you were a disappointment to the family? I think every Asian kid hears that at least 1,200 times a day. No, well, only when I was like super young, like if I didn't clean up my room, right? They're incredibly proud of me right now. Don't worry. I just kid because it's funny and true at the same time. Oh, look at crispy egg roll. I'm half your age and more than twice as athletic. Very debatable. He does run fast in PUBG, that's for sure. Tony Lewis 33. Are your kids room tidy? No. My kids have the benefit. I get after my kids for other things, like drinking when they're 12 years old, but I don't really bug them about like that's sugar drinks, not like I don't bug them about making their beds because I dealt with that from how much anguish and mental shaming did I have to deal? Like forget that. So yeah. I get after my kids for playing games too long, being online too much. I don't mind it if they are, but if they're on it and they're tweaked out, that's probably not healthy. I'm told. So I have a hard time kind of because my whole story, which my kids have heard many times, is I did all the things my parents hated me doing, and I was able to forge a career and out of that, whether it was comics or games, drawing. So who am I to tell kids, like, make your bed, study hard? I want them to, and I think they don't want to disappoint me, so they still, you know, like, if they go to a good school, I say you go to a good school, so I expect you guys to do well. But if you don't want to do well and you want to go to a less prestigious school, that's fine too, although I'd be disappointed. But if that's your choice, that's fine. I do feel that I'm not quite a libertarian, but I do feel that we should fully embrace our decisions, and that we can't, certainly when you have a lot of kids, you can't expect them all to act and behave the same and react to the same, you know, sort of guidelines. There could be guidelines in life. You just don't know where inspiration and success are going to come from, I think. You can certainly hedge your bets and send them to prestigious schools, you know, and have them work hard, get good grades, I think. So I think that's why a lot of people are focused on that. But you know, how do you train for these other kinds of experiences? I don't know. It's tricky. It's a much deeper, broader conversation. I basically edited it down and stopped. I don't have the answers. But I also think, just in general, generationally, schools these days are less focused on the tedium of homework. A lot of times, some schools I know, they don't even have homework anymore. They say basically they're going to do all that work in school. We want them to recharge and be refreshed the next day, so they don't even have homework. Big Boss 138, I came here for answers with a capital A. I hear you. I hear you. Kids are, you don't know, man. It's like baking a cake from a recipe that no one's printed. So you only know how to make it based on the way your folks, how you watched your folks bake it, and how they made you bake it yourself. But it's baking so long you don't know when you're going to take it out of the oven, if you ever take it out of the oven. Meaning you can have a kid that's like on the straight and narrow, studies well, gets great grades in middle school, and then boom, they hit adolescence and that goes completely left. But then they get out of adolescence, they come back and you see them again as like real people. It's interesting. Patrick Berlin, what part of the process am I talking about? I'm talking about hair. I'm talking about drawing hair and how you don't know what the end result is going to be. So let me tell you about this sketch. As with all sketches of characters I have really drawn very rarely, I wasn't quite sure how this one was going to turn out, but as soon as I drew her face and got the expression I was kind of had in my head, I was happy. And I realized that no matter what I do at this point, I've pretty much locked it down, right? I've captured the essence of Starfire, in my opinion, kind of like at least the Starfire I have in my head. So there's still ways to screw this up. If I go too crazy with the hair, if the contour, the negative space is not good, but I know I can always kind of white it out. Problem with the face is that if you put too much white out in the eyes and the face, it starts breaking up. It's harder to draw over kind of this three-dimensional mess of whiteout. Doesn't look as nice on the original. So I don't mind a little whiteout in the face, but if you have to end up whiting out a lot of it, I would just rather just start over to another sketch, I guess. So yeah, I think on, was it Friday's stream, we were talking about how do you know when you're done with a drawing, and I was talking about creating checklists, like checkboxes, like as you're drawing, you're reacting to things you've put down, and it incites other things that you need to do or think about doing, and so that's, rather than thinking about a holistic style, because I think that's what people are asking, like how do I know when I look at the whole thing that I'm done? And I was saying one way of approaching is thinking about all the things that come into your head as you're doing it instinctively, and then once you get to the checklist that basically says start doing corrections, fix this, white out that, then you know you're done, right? You've hit the last one. And if you're Kirihiko, fill the eyes in, you're done, right? So to me, I was just, so as I'm drawing this, I'm going, okay, be mindful of the final contour. Like, is it going to flare out here? Is it going to stay within this scope? Do I come out here like this? Yes. But then even as I do this, remember, as you get towards here, it's got to flatten out, become an energy contrail. And I want to show a little bit of that. So basically the lines start kind of straightening out like this right here. So I've got that in my head. And in my head, I've got a checkbox that says, all right, you got to do it on the other side. So right after this, I'm going to go and do that, exactly what I'm doing here on the other side. So I've got that kind of going through my head. Okay. And then in my head I'm going, okay, I've got to move this whole forearm up because it's from the point of the shoulder to where the end of the bicep is too short. So just easy to do that and still end up in the same spot with the fist. Got to make sure that the sleeve element here matches up with the sleeve element. I realize this looks thinner than this, so just keep that in mind for something later, but more than likely I'm just going to go ahead and make it thicker here and just drop in deeper shadow and then render out of it so it looks like a shadow rather than a mistake, and that way I don't have to white it out. Right? Also in my head I'm going like, wow, that music is loud in the background. I hope that YouTube doesn't make me delete it because they think I'm playing it in the background as background music. So as I come through here, I want to make sure that the waist is narrow, and as it come out, it is symmetrical to one another but in perspective. And then I'm also going to make the change in the costume and then have these elements sphere out, and I want to make sure that they are similar on both sides but in perspective. And so that gem in the middle here, which juts out, will be on the other side but not jut out as much because it's in perspective to one another. Now I want this line to go and mirror the contour of her belly, but then dip back because it goes back in perspective. Now this point here has to line up with the midpoint here. Okay, so I know I'm like getting close to ending all the line work part of it. So when I go to the hands, I realize, okay, for the hands I could pretty much just draw the thumb, okay, so you draw the nub of the thumb, the shadow of the nub of the thumb on the finger, the index finger, draw the middle knuckle of the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky finger, drop those down to basically mirror that line, and that's the top part of the knuckles, right? Now I can go to black in here if I wanted to, or I could render it. It doesn't really matter at this point. So same thing here, but it's in perspective. So I'm going to draw the thumb nub, okay, the shadow on the index finger. The index finger juts out because it's turned away from us. So there's that. Now I'm drawing the middle line, and it just has to end sometime before I get to this line here. Drop it down to the knuckle at the top of the back of the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. and then the ball of the thumb. And then there's a wrinkle that kind of goes in the center right here, which represents this line right here, right? Okay? All right. The Spider-Man 1963, the explanation on his feet, there's no explanation. Just don't draw them. No one cares about feet. If you're drawing too many feet, you're focused. In fact, I don't, even when I design something, all the design elements mostly go up here. I don't try not to get too focused on making elements below the knee too complicated. I mean, you can, but I don't draw the feet a lot. They're often in shadow. They're in fog. So I'm going to be spending all this design time thinking about really cool looking boots and don't see them, right? All right. Is there... No, okay. So when I drew these kind of wrinkled lines, I recognized, oh, well, there's probably wrinkled lines up here too. So I should probably put those in. All right. The same up here. All right, so that jogged that memory. I'm getting pretty close of drawing the thigh. The thigh has a kind of ham hock kind of shape to it as well. Don't forget the little nuances of the bones, the knee bones, kind of. The knees are probably the worst looking parts of the human body, so the less drawn there, the better. Okay. And this has to go down the center line and then down in perspective like a waterfall. And that helps sell that notion that that leg is bent. But there's going to be energy going down this way, so I don't even know if I have to draw this other leg too much. But I'll go for it. Why not? Wow, that music is louder now. Can you guys hear it? Patrick Berlin, too, not in the 1920s and knees. They were hot. Yes, you're right. You're right. Just when I made an absolute statement, you're right. It's all relative, I guess, right? Oh my God, I'm drawing a foot. Stop. Okay, that's all I'm going to draw. Okay. Okay. And I'm thinking I got to make this match the other side, so why not? Let's just add little dits across here. It looks stylistic. It basically hides the fact that I did that as to kind of fix a mistake. All right. I'm going to put a seam line down the center because it helps kind of carry that forward. The material, I'll go ahead and pucker it a little bit. Okay, take a break for a second. As I look at the time, 12:14. Okay. And so with this, I'm going to have her kind of fly through space with the energy trail behind her. Excuse me. And recognize that this hair, it's like hair, but it's all energy trails at this point. Oh, I recognize this song. Okay. But maybe there's some... Okay. Sometimes you can just draw the shadows of things without actually connecting them up. And the mine fills in the rest. Can you guys see the hands there? I didn't draw a single finger, really, I think. Okay. I don't like this. It's a little structurally out there. I think it's going to be dialed back just a little bit like that. Okay. I'm going to have to, in my head, I'm going, okay, put some white out here to bring this shape back up to this contour here. But this black shape over here is fine because it's going to be outer space. Okay. So let's go back to our Kleenex, find another section of it. Okay. I'm going to burn another sheet, I think. Here, I've got some bigger paper here. Thank you, Keluth has subscribed. Thank you very much. 13th run has cheered. Great play-by-play. Yes. And he is going all the way. All right. There we go. What we love about Kleenex is that it's like a massive brush. It just fills the area so much faster. Okay. And you think I'm actually paying attention more to the white spots than the dark spots. I'm thinking about where I want the highlights to be. If that makes any sense. So I'm looking at the white spaces I'm creating, not the dark. Okay. Otherwise I'd just be smearing it like crazy, right? So that's a stream there. So I need something here. Now I'm focused on the dark here. And I want something white here in the center, so I'm going to go around the white, right? The gray. And you get like these little dark spots here because the Kleenex is breaking up. If you can see that, you can see the texture of it. And so it's like creating like little miniature brushes, and that's why you get that inconsistency. So if that's not what you want to basically find a new piece of Kleenex or a new section of it and start over like this. And you get a smoother transition. Okay. The ink and tissue technique is so much more complicated than you make it look. No, it's what you're seeing is I've done it a lot, but not so much. I mean, I really started doing it maybe a couple years ago. I do it a lot on stream because it's fun, it's easy, and it's something like I try not to cross-hatch as much when I ink my own work for whatever sadistic reason. I like to do all the cross-hatching for Scott. But trial and error, get used to the tools just like any other tool. Okay. And you can also apply ink this way too. But you want to be careful, because if you pour too much out, it will run. I think what's useful for watching the stream is you could see kind of an approximation of what you're trying to get the technique down to, right? What you can do if you practice with that tool, like what you're able to kind of achieve, the effects you're able to achieve. Not that you're going to be able to achieve them right off the bat. Yeah. Okay. Is it 12:21? All right. The little Kirby crackle kind of helped the transition in some of these spots here. In my head, I know, okay, so if I'm thinking out loud, whiteout's going to go and clean up the edges, create dots, Kirby crackle, create the contrail of the energy. There'll be splatter for the stars, but then there'll be energy splatter coming off the tail end of her energy stream where it kind of meets her hair. I want to make sure I balance the darks, because as I go in with ink over the smeared ink, the ink that comes off the brush, as you can tell, is much darker, so I just want to make sure that I apply it consistently and that the core of all the smeared areas can be dark, as dark as possible, I guess. Like now I'm like thinking this will look like it's an energy trail, so I'm thinking just go ahead and fill that in. I also know that the ends of the hair I can use with whiteout, kind of draw back into the black area a bit. Okay. When this gets to be a little more of a dry brush, I can actually feather it back into the smeared areas to help the transition. But as you can see, when you use a brush, it gives you a very kind of different transition. It's a shorter stroke. It goes faster from a pure black area to a white area. The smear allows you to get a more of a texturized gray. Okay. Well, that thumb is way over, so I'm going to shrink the size of that hand. I look over the other hand, make sure I'm not ruining the scales I set up. I realize I'm not. This hand was actually bigger than the other, so I'm making that correction. But I did glance over to make sure that I'm consistent. So that's something that I didn't observe right away, but as I'm drawing, I'm doing other things besides just filling in black, right? I'm always like kind of looking at what I've drawn and seeing if it looks right from different points of view, which in that instance was kind of a indirect. It wasn't an active thing where I was actively looking at the hand. I was kind of drawing around the hand, and I noticed, that thumb looks like it's way out there. So it was kind of incidentally noticed, right, as opposed to actively searched out. Okay, I know that. Gotta make the valleys up here a little darker. Okay. So these open areas here are to kind of create this sense of depth in the stars. I could go all black and just leave the energy contrail as the only white thing, and that still might be a solution, but I'm going to see if I can make this work. And actually, I think there it probably... Oh, you know, she's got energy coming off her hands. I can do that with whiteout. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of dabbing here with my fingers. The texture of my fingerprints kind of soften the edges of these things. Okay. All right. And let's see if I do that. Okay. Now over here. Using a dry brush to create a sense of energy, fire, whatever it is that's happening there. And then I gotta go darker here. Looking at it, it doesn't look right unless I go darker. Okay. I think I got it close to where I want it. Ooh, got some ink on my hand here. All right. Gonna erase some of the pencils here. I like, as I said in other streams, I like a lot of the pencil work showing, but if it's too dark, I feel like it competes with the structures I put in ink. So I want that to shine as much as possible. Okay. Ink's still wet. I can feel it underneath my hand. It's always nice. Okay. Let's take a momentary pause here. I'll turn it so that it looks clearer to you guys. Actually, what am I doing? There we go. Looks better this way. All right. How much long do you practice each night? Says Red 55462. This is it. This is the practicing. This is the practicing and the drawing and getting paid is all the same thing. I think that's the definition of a professional artist, right? You get paid to practice. You get paid to learn. You get paid to get better as you're doing the work. Comic art has cheered. Thank you very much. Looks hot, Jim. Thank you. I do try. I've been hitting the gym. I have not, but thank you. Bad joke. Bad dad joke. Senlock has subscribed. Glooman has subscribed for 10 months. Glooman, one of the top 10-month subscribers. Time flies for sure. We've got to do something big actually at the 1 month or the 1 year mark, which would be end of August. I think the first stream was like August 28th or 29th. We'll do something. Like we'll all do shots every time I say almost done or something, or that might be too much. Or every time we roast Crispy or Kira or an elephant, or if every time we see a poop name moniker like Poop Kid or Mr. Poop or Poopalicious, we do shots. Something, I don't know. Is it against Twitch TOS to imbibe online? I don't know. I get super red though, so maybe the camera wouldn't be on my face. You would just hear the slurring of my words. That's how you would know. Jeremy L. Joe, are you trying to kill us with that many shots? You're right. That would be an epidemic of alcohol. Tufa has subscribed using Prime. Angry Panda 888 has cheered as well. Francis the Mage has subscribed. I Kill Everyone has resubscribed for 5 months. I missed most of the streams since my wife makes me clean the house. You know what? I think we're going to create a GoFundMe to get a housekeeper for I Kill Everyone so that he can watch the streams. Come on, priorities, people. All right, so let me put that aside. We're going to do the whiteout on that later. We've got... I'm gonna go till 1 o'clock. We're gonna go into extra overtime here. We've got 30 minutes. I'm gonna see what I can do with the Doctor Strange. How long did that Starfire take? It felt like it took like 30 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it took a little bit longer than that. Anyone know? Imagine chat with a lot of drunk folks. Who's to say they aren't already? Broadcast End. Are you friends with Frank Cho? I am indeed. I'm friends with most people in the comic book industry. It's a small business. It'd be stupid to make enemies in this business. It's like, what would be the point? It took 1 hour, over 1 hour, an hour and a half. Nobody here is sober, Dovello. Speak for yourself. Giovanni Sangoli says, the crazy thing is I'm watching you and supporting the stream, but I should be finishing a client project, LOL. I'm sure the client would understand. What do you mean my wife's getting everything in the divorce? Oh, you were streaming. You were watching someone draw an imaginary character flying through space. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm sure they'll completely understand. The giveaway will be happening at the end. So let me quickly move on to Doctor Strange here. Okay. I have to look online and see what his costume is. I know he's got a cape that goes up like this and a billowy sleeves. I was going to do the Steve Ditko pose, but I don't know if I can pull it off. Doctor Strange, he's fighting Dr. Fate for that slice of pepperoni pizza. He's like, damn you, Fate! Keep the pepperonis on! By Dormammu's eye, I command pineapple. Okay, Heck 1023 has cheered. I type in Doctor Strange. Why is it making noises? Oh boy. Got it. Right. What else? He's got that weird thing here. Does he have yellow gloves? No. He doesn't, I hope. For his own sake. Doctor Strange was always like a fan favorite, but never a huge commercial seller. You know? I remember always wanting to love Doctor Strange, but then I read the stories and it just wouldn't really do much for me. But man, Michael Golden did this, he did a couple issues of Doctor Strange, which are just so cool. Like a lot of artists, like Paul Smith did a run on Doctor Strange. That was great too. Frank Brunner. I drew Doctor Strange on a toilet seat. Google it. Jim Lee, Doctor Strange toilet seat. You'll see. Crispy egg roll. I've seen that toilet seat. Please tell me you have not sat on that toilet seat. That's what I really need to know. Confirm, please. I think they have it in their store. If you go to Isotope Comics in San Francisco, that store owner, James Syme? I forgot how to pronounce his name. He's got a fetish about toilet seats. Poop Kid should go over there and make a guest appearance. I'm here to inspect your toilet seat art. That's my imitation of Poop Kid. Hello, my name is Poop Kid from Twitch. I'm here to see all your toilet seat art. May I, please? Why is Poop Kid German? I would like to see all your artwork on the toilet seats. Bitte? Your Papiere, bitte? Dishwasher gloves. Does he have yellow gloves? Okay, I see. By the 7 rings on the toilet seat, I command you to show me. Poop Kid is secretly the Red Skull. Oh, my stomach. It is alerting me to the fact that I am running late on my stream. You know what? It doesn't matter if you got yellow gloves anyway, the way I'm drawing this. So another weird thing I like to do off camera when I draw is I blow on my artwork. I blow air. I don't know why. And I was not aware that I did these weird things until I put a camera on myself and reviewed a stream. And I'm like, what? What is wrong with me? I think it's better if he doesn't take him off. Because there's nothing better than someone like kind of grabbing your hand wearing like Rubbermaid plastic gloves on their hands. Like, ugh. I think Poop Kid should wear Rubbermaid. Hello, I'm Poop Kid. I would like to see your toilet paper artwork. Bitte. Snap. Okay. I knew that this particular sketch, I would land it if I could draw a hand that looked like it was spewing energy while wearing a yellow latex glove. I think I have captured that specific look, so I can rest easy now. Uh, 12:43. Got 17 minutes. Metabolink has subscribed with Twitch Prime 2 months in a row. Thank you very much, Metabolink. Stone Cold Snake 316. Jim Lee, my problem is getting the sketch in my head on the paper the way I want. Yes, I would agree. That is a big step. But maybe try not to. It's easier to try not to get the sketch onto the paper. Meaning, if you put some people will recognize this stupid analogy because I started down this path, but I think I got it now. Like if there's a trash can in the corner of your room and you have a piece of paper, it's hard to throw that piece of paper and make it land inside that trash can. It's a lot easier to throw it and not hit the trash can. And sometimes you will actually get it in the trash can. But it's a lot funner and easier. It takes a lot of pressure off you to throw it towards the trash can and intentionally try not to get it in there. I believe so, but with rubber gloves, crispy. Okay? So try not to draw exactly what you see in your head. Draw what you can. Eventually you'll be able to throw that thing into the trash can. That image that you have in your head. All right? There are times when I throw something just kind of randomly towards the trash can. You know, like photographs, crispy. And when it lands in the trash can, I go like, even if I tried to throw that in the trash can, I would 100 times miss. And here I did it effortlessly. There we go. They're the ones you send me. What are you talking about? All right. At this point, I think I'd just stop. Like, I'm very happy with the hand. And it's fun drawing fabric like this because it's just very organic. It's very relaxing. Just draw like lines. And then kind of beef up some of the lines. And then it pops out the shapes. It's kind of fun. Okay. Now the other selling point is I have to turn his head so it looks like he's he's doing something, like he's casting a shadow or casting a spell. What am I saying? What time is it? 12:47. All right, got to be mindful of the time here. Plus we got the giveaway at the end. For those of you guys, we have like a thing we do at the end. A ritual. We go raid someone else's stream. Kirihiko should be getting that ready. We raided Kirihiko the other day. She pretended to be surprised. She was like, oh, all these people. I think she was streaming and modding my stream at the same time. Killer Kovacs, did you take art courses? Do I sound like someone that took art classes? Throw it not into the trash can. Be the trash can. I took a couple art classes in college and summer school. I did take a miming class in college. Ahmad 1377 is correct. Reckless Flamingo. Jim, how would you recommend someone getting better at drawing besides drawing all the time? I would hunt down your favorite artists. Preferably with a long 12-inch knife. While they're sleeping, extract their hearts, drink their blood. That may help. Because you go to jail for a long time, and you can practice drawing in jail. Lee Shank is, go on, yeah. I have a 12-inch knife, yeah. Does reading about art theory help? If you want to get a lot of rest, be fresh for the drawing the next day. Sure, yes. Books help. You can watch people draw on stream. I think that helps. George Bridgman's Guide to Life Drawing is great. Will Eisner's, I think it's The Guide to Sequential Art, Drawing Comics the Marvel Way by John Romita and Stan Lee. It's good. Carl Potts wrote a great book. David Ross wrote a great book. Yeah. Comics in Sequential Art, yes, by Will Eisner. Good book. What's the one that Scott McCloud wrote? Understanding Comics. I think that's a good book. That's more on theory, but good. So yes, the answer is yes. But the best way, it's like, how do I get muscle? You can read about how to put on weight and get muscles. You can eat a lot, but you won't get muscles. But that's a part of it. Steroids is the answer. There you go. Crispy egg roll. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Steroids. Oh boy. Yeah. Steroids. That is an answer, actually. That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Family Feud. Okay. I don't know if that... Probably going to do this a little more towards us. So with this one, someone asked me before about light and shadow or something like that. So with this, there's going to be a heavy light source from the energy blast. So I know that a lot of this kind of drawing is going to be kind of obliterated by some pretty intense shadows, hopefully. And so I can be pretty rough with the inks. Almost kind of a Bill Sienkiewicz-y kind of line quality. Charlie Eep 7. Yes, correct. That was you. Okay. Okay. I really need a 0.8, which would be great. Oh, look at this. The pen gods have been kind to me. Hitokeke. Hitokeke? Sorry if I'm mangling your name. If early on an artist a drawing isn't going how you want it, would you say it's better make yourself try to complete it, scrap and start over? I start over. Not on stream. I'm not. I'll always try to salvage it. But yesterday, or the stream I had Friday, I kind of showed different versions of the Batman 50 cover I did, and I had different attempts. And I just so I started at like 1 in the morning. So I spent 3.5 hours on other ideas, and I put those aside, and eventually drew the one I wanted to in another 3 hours, from like 4:30 to 7:30. So yeah. So yes, and those are in pencil, so I could have erased, but I didn't want the paper to be too gnarly and mangled and stuff like that. So today is giveaway to anyone in stream. So I'm going to have the Doctor Strange, and then the Riddler, which I'll show you if you're just bouncing to the stream here. Those will be given away to anyone in chat. Okay, and as soon as I finish this. And then the Starfire, which I'll show you in a bit, is the silent auction. So if you're, the mods will give you information on how to bid on the silent auction for Starfire. Okay. How do you know who's in chat? So Nightbot, basically, it's a third-party bit of software. It keeps track of anyone that has said something in chat, and if you have said something in chat, it automatically puts you into the running. But not now. Don't spam chat. I'll tell you when to do it. And all you have to do is just say hi, bye, I hope I win, whatever. All right. Then as far as the rest of the stream for the week, I'm not sure where I'm going to be. I'll be traveling, I think. Actually, I do know where I'm going to be. What am I saying? So I probably won't stream again till next weekend. But let's do a draw along. Let's schedule it for Saturday, and then the usual Sunday stream on Sunday. I'm thinking, or a draw along Friday night for the people that live in other parts of the world. So go to Discord. That has the latest, the best schedules for all this. That's where you want to be. That's where all the information is. You don't have to be a sub. You can see the stream schedule. If you're not a sub, I think there are 2 or 3 dedicated channels that are open for your guys' participation. If you are a sub, you get access to all these other channels where people share artwork that they've bought or drawn, and make suggestions about the stream. I usually post the images that I've drawn into the sub-only section, general section for people to see before I put it on Instagram. Sometimes it doesn't even make it on. There's a lot of art that I do that I just don't even ever post online, to be honest. I try not to put too much stuff online. I don't know why, man. I think if you post more, it seems like fewer people see it. I get the greatest amount of reach when I just post like once a day, maybe twice a day. I think it's algorithms at work, right? Quick Draw 13 is dedicated. What can you say? Okay. Yeah, there are actually a lot of talented people in the stream. I'm always both traditional artists, colorists, pencilers, inkers. They're all there. They post up their own art, their own commissions. The people that have bought a lot of art. Definitely worth checking out. And thank the mods for really putting it together, being constant voices, both in stream and on Discord. They make themselves available for questions, all that kind of stuff. Time is it? Oh, we're after 1 o'clock. Okay, I better finish this up. So if you're interested in the Starfire piece, which I have to still put white out on, okay. Yeah, that shadow's a little too slavish to the hair. It's probably better to just keep it kind of an amorphous blob. Oh, this is off panel. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we'll finish that up in a second. Let's go ahead and finish up Starfire here very quickly. All right. Okay, so the contrail. Okay, that has to come.
Papa,
Yes?
can I go on the VR?
Yeah, go ahead.
But Jackie's on it.
Oh, let him go on for a little bit, and when I'm done here, I'll come out and get you on.
But I never got to go.
Okay, well, just let him finish for a couple minutes, and then when I'm done here, I'll come out and take care of it, okay? All right? All right, thanks. Okay. All right, let that dry a little bit, and then we'll do the stars. And let me erase some of this down here too. It's almost too intense. Okay. Okay. Almost done. Come on. Got to give me the almost done here. This looks almost done. Okay. Let that dry. A second. Got the Riddler here. Should probably erase some of these lines here. So I'll probably do the Riddler first. Okay. And then we'll do the Doctor Strange, and then I'll see what we're doing, what the where the auction is on the Starfire. I'll announce that, and then we will go raid another person's stream, and then I got to go help my daughter get onto VR. So, priorities. Okay. Yeah, the question mark is a weird symbol. If you draw, actually, if you draw everything enough times, you're like, what am I doing? What is this thing? Okay. Here we go. Let me open up Nightbot. I'll tell you when to... So none of you are actually in the queue yet, so just hold on. Okay, giveaway. It is mods, regular subscribers, user, anyone. Okay, so go ahead and type something in the chat. River, just give me a couple minutes, all right? I'm almost done. All right. So it's loading up. So like 25 people. Um, 167. 225. So it's loading up. So there's, and I'll hold your comment for 5 minutes. You're good. All right. So this is for the Riddler. I should probably just, you know what, I'm going to put that over here for now while I finish up Doctor Strange. Okay, so with this, where's the Kleenex right here? Once I put the blacks in here, I will roll for the Riddler. Hey, I'm almost done. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll. 409 people queued up. The winner is Charlie App 7. Charlie App 7 was oh.
No, Cora.
Thanks, Carla.
That's not my fault.
What do you mean it's not your fault? You brought the dog into my office.
I did not bring her in here.
Okay. So, yeah, great. I don't know where the camera went. Oh, there it is down there. Great. I don't know. What do you guys think? Was it my wife's fault or not? I don't know. You tell me. All right, so let me write this down on the back of this. Charlie app 7. Okay. All right, now we've got this Doctor Strange. Okay. And gotta take some white out here. Okay. 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 I need something to splatter with. I think I'm out of... I don't have a card or something, so I'm going to use... do I have anything? What do I have? I'll go back to this business card. I've got a couple corners left on it. Okay. Yeah, stop that. I kind of want to splatter it in the direction that it's coming from. Maybe a little bit. Okay.
Your stream cam is frozen.
My what? Stream cam is frozen? Why is it frozen? Why is it frozen? Why is it frozen? Could it have been that the dog came in to the How am I going to fix this now? Ay, ay, ay. What would cause a Why is it frozen? Okay, let me try this. This might... Okay. Obviously something's knocked over there. Hold on. Okay. All right. Yep. There we go. Sorry about that. So you missed all the splatter effects. It just instantly came to be. So it is... you can thank Cora, my dog, for that. She's a puppy. She didn't know what she was doing. All right. If I had a CD, what do I have? I've got this thing. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Okay. All right. I want to thank all our mods, Kirihiko, Ren Elephant, Crispy Egg Roll. If you guys could thank them as well. They are here almost every stream in some combination thereof, and provide you guys with a ton of information, support, wisecracks, spoilers, body hygiene lessons, invaluable stuff. So please thank them for me as well. And for those of you that are going to be around for a little bit, we are going to go raid somebody else in a second. So we're going to figure out who won this. All right, we've got... okay, so you have to have put something in the last 5 minutes. So I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to think that through. Okay. I apologize. A lot of the stuff I did with whiteout was apparently not caught by the camera. It froze for some reason. And let's do this. Stephen Strange going to battle Dr. Fate over some pizzas that they postmated. All right, we've got a decent number of people now. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Martin from San Antonio has been following since December 18th of last year. He's got a very funny picture. Martin from San Antonio, congrats, man. And also a subscriber. Okay. So, I like the very clear handle too. It's very, very clear. All right, so I will reach out to you guys. You just have to reimburse me for postage and handling, and those will get sent out in the next batch. So thank you very much, guys. We are going to go raid somebody right now. Oh, I guess I should check to see what we got for the... Oh, I didn't finish this. Dang it. Okay. All right, where's the business card? Here we go. Yeah, the first blob is always the worst. So the stuff around our hands and in the energy are obviously from the energy stream, but then there's stars that go elsewhere. So the density will be highest around the energy stream itself. Right here, in here. Okay. Kind of like how it's forming like little tiny tendrils too now. Okay, and then I just have to go lightly elsewhere to do stars. Kind of running out of corners here. going to do some more stars around these kind of slightly gray areas here. The idea being that they are kind of star clusters in the background. Okay. Where's my pen? Alright, so that's done. Alright guys, thanks for sharing your Sunday here with me. We went long, so I apologize for you, some of you. Yeah, so here's the thing. It's getting distorted, especially her face. This is kind of how it looks here. You can still see all the white out here. Let's see if I can clean up that distortion there. Alright, there you go. So, alright, there's quite a few. It's actually probably the most I've gotten here, so hold on. It's taking me a while here. Some of you put a number or put Starfire bit amount, but there's nothing after it, so I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Okay. Like some people just wrote Starfire _ amount and then that's it. So I don't know if they thought maybe that was how you enroll to win it, but it's actually a silent auction, so you put a dollar amount. Okay, it looks like the number. I'm being rated? Okay, well, thank you very much, whoever's rating. I don't know what's going on. There's so much stuff going on at the same time. It's kind of distracting. I think I found it here. Hold on a second. So the cleanest way is just to write Starfire _ a dollar amount and just whisper it to me, if that makes any sense. Whispering is like an instant message that's done through the system here. I don't want to screw this up here. I think it's someone wrote Starfire Soul. I don't know if that you're bidding your soul. I don't know. That it's not a unit of currency that I'm currently accepting, but I think the answer here is 2333. I think that is the winner. Yes, I think that is it. 2333. No, I'm wrong. 2501. Okay. That was it. Sorry. Okay. Let me just confirm that. Ugh. Can't even spell. Sorry. couldn't spell. So the winner I just sent you the thing said, winner, I will contact you later with details of how to send payment, and I'll get your address. I need your full name and address so I can mail that to you. So that's where we're at. So we're going to go raid somebody now. So let me go see what and where that is. All right. And here we go, guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Sorry for the technical glitches, but I had a lot of fun as well. All right, take care.